Let me show you something very special. This math will make sense to all local businesses. And if you have problems selling your services, you can consider using this spreadsheet during your sales calls. We will be looking at the used car dealership example, but it applies to all other niches like real estate, med spa, home renovation, dental clinic, and so many other ones. What I'm mainly concerned is lifetime value of a single customer. That's a combination of upfront gross profit plus additional services over the years, as well as referrals. What we also want to take into account is the cost of marketing. Average cost per lead, leads to appointments 30%, show up rate 60%, appointment close rate 25%, and that all leads to cost per acquisition, CPA. And ad profit is basically this minus cost per acquisition, which equals to lifetime return on investment of 16x. And advertisement return on ad spend is 24x. That's taking $1 from this business and giving them $11 back, which is a very successful transaction, if you ask me. What if they are only concerned about the cash flow and not about the lifetime value of, those sales? Still, very successful transaction. And nowadays on the internet, people are telling you about all different things that you can offer businesses like database reactivation, reputation management, web design, AI chatbots, search engine optimization, so many different things. But in reality, what business owners really care about is cash flow and profits. And this table, this math, makes a lot of sense, and it will help you dramatically during sales calls with those business owners. Now, what you can also upsell them, or you can, foot in the door type of service that you can offer right away, and then upsell them on the core offer. So by finding out their lifetime value, gross profit of a single customer, we'll then ask them questions. How many calls do you get per day? How many of those translate into sales on average? Then we know how many calls per month they're getting, and how many they miss. And you can just ask ChatGPT or Google that, depending on your industry. For example, the standard for dealerships is 15%, and that happens if a receptionist goes to take her lunch, or she's with a different customer, or she's on the phone with someone else, and then those calls are being missed. And then if I'm, for example, calling about a specific car and nobody responds, then I'll be just calling the next dealership, and that's missed opportunity, that's a missed sale. Now, what's stronger, greed or fear of missing out? I think they are the same. I personally want to make money as much as I'm afraid of missing potential profits. So if you told me that you can save me a bunch of money by installing a simple software in my business, I would gladly say yes. This can either be a foot in the door, easy to sell service, or it can be a very easy upsell. And this alone can make you passively $200 to $500 per month while you sleep. We can also do the math here, and we find out that on average, dealerships miss $23,000 in gross profit every month by missing those sales calls. And you can tell to the business owner, then you tell, hey, how about I take only 1% from that amount and I fix the problem? Highly likely they will say yes. And you can charge them, it would be $230, but to make it seem cheaper but charge more, you can do bi-weekly payments. And that would be $129 bi-weekly for this one single service that is very easy to do using a software called GoHighLevel, an easy automation that anyone can do, and it will fix the problem by basically giving a phone number to this business, and then by calling that number, it will forward it to a receptionist. If she misses the call, it will immediately send them a text message saying, sorry, this is Jessica from ABC Corp. I was with another customer. How can I help you? Then they will reply. The customer will reply to Jessica, and it will all be in a unified dashboard with all conversations from all sources like Facebook, Instagram, calls, emails, all of it in one place, which will then be very easy to follow up with everyone. We can also assign equally this phone number to all salespeople in that dealership and then notify them by phone number and even call that salesperson. And if the salesperson picks up and presses 1, it will then immediately connect him to that customer who was just calling reception. I think it's a very promising service, and a lot of businesses are missing out on this amazing opportunity that you can offer them. You might think, it's all good, but I don't have the technical skills to do it. Well, here are two options. Option A, you can be the middleman between local businesses and service fulfillment agencies or freelancers. You make passive income by connecting the dots without even doing the actual work. The only two parts of the business you will be responsible for are sales and customer support. And for these two, you don't need technical skills. You need soft skills. Option B, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, I know, where I'll be posting weekly on how to do all of this. Here's a quick preview of how I'm making money for my clients and in return, getting paid. Now, this specific company has already spent $11,000 and we've been with them for a couple of months now. They keep paying for this marketing because it makes sense, because I bring them $10, $11 for every dollar they put into the marketing. Here's a simple campaign that I've been running for this dealership. They are getting leads daily. For example, yesterday we got 4 leads. Cost per lead is $4.57 only, which is very cheap considering how much information we are collecting from those people. Here's a quick description, and it goes and it brings them to the website that I built. This is how it looks on their phone. And we collecting their budget, their car preference, urgency of this specific customer, employment status, monthly income, which qualifies them. For example, if they're not making enough money to finance a car, it will then put them in a sub-step, which is like, to better help you, yada, yada, yada. And I would say, I'm still looking for a job, so I'm unemployed. I will be disqualified. I think I have to just refresh. Yeah, so vehicle preferences, urgency, this, and then even ask me for my date of birth. I'll just do the random number, my address, and then we collect their first, last email and phone number. $4.57 for those leads. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing for more content like this.